rightful owner.
Oh my
At this
God.
point, it's unknown how that person is doing. Hopefully, he or she wasn't hit, but at this point, it is unknown. He is committing to the southbound 5 here from the 14th. So again, from the New Hall Pass, all the way from Lancaster.
Did you guys hear that?
And now entering the San Fernando Valley.
So this is a carjacking where the suspect shot at the person who's driving the vehicle.
So the car itself, again, described as a Ford F-150, taken at gunpoint.
Taken at gunpoint. Eliana Moreno on the call here, by the way.
Oh, shots fired, they just said.
Oh, shots fired.
Wow. The officers are saying that the suspects opened fire on them. I've not heard if anyone was hit. Wow, that was really scary.
Did you guys see those flashes?
The sound of the officer's voice saying that he had just been fired upon was really scary to hear.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys see the flashbang from... It wasn't... I thought that was the Night Sun for a second. I thought that was... Dude, this is a 5-star chase.
Saying that the people in this vehicle opened fire on the officers that are chasing them. So this really...
Oh my God. I thought that was a Night Sun for a second. Those were flashbangs out of the driver's side window. Carjacking taken at gunpoint, and now they're shooting at the cops. We're 5 freeway. I don't know where we are in the 5. Coming out of Santa Clarita. Hopefully we're going south. Oh, just lost the front left.
Maybe even 2. Apparently he did run over a spike strip.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be really careful at the end of this, guys, because
yeah, if we come to a stop here, they're gonna fire on him.
Again, he ran over a spike strip.
Oh my God, we're going off-roading.
Like he's using 2 tires, going off-roading here on the 5 freeway. That would have put him on a...
That's not gonna help the tires, numbnuts.
To get back on the 5 freeway. So back now, southbound 5 freeway. Again, he's losing tires here. You see that...
So he hit a spike strip right before we went live, and it takes a couple of minutes. You can see the rubber's about to fall off. And since this is an XL Dodge Charger, sometimes they're double reinforced.
I haven't heard more on that. Hopefully no one was struck. It doesn't seem like it because I'm not hearing any information on that.
Maybe lost control, but it sure looked intentional driving into that pit. Eliana Moreno on the call, and we can trust her to stay wide enough so that this person's going to get shot the moment that this chase comes to an end. So extreme viewer discretion advised on this one, people. Very high chance of someone dying in a couple of minutes here. Shots fired at the police out of the window. Carjacking. Oh my God, wrong side of the road. Wrong side of the road.
Going southbound of the northbound lanes. Move out of the way, folks. Move out of the way.
Oh, Eliana's stressed.
Wrong way here on the on-ramp.
Wrong side of the highway. This is the only way out.
I think this is going to be Roxford, but it's going to be wrong way here on the 5 freeway. Yeah, southbound 5 from Roxford. You can just make it.
They got to keep the Night Sun overhead so people know.
There's a car there that is actually...
Oh, he's going to try and carjack them too. He's going to try and carjack this white Dodge Charger. Pan right, Eliana. Pan right, pan right. He's already carjacked this XL Charger. Yep, here we go. Doors open. He's going for a carjack. He's going carjacking, carjacking.
Yeah, they may try to carjack that person. Thankfully, that person...
Doors are locked, thank God.
Oh my gosh, praise Jesus.
Holy shit. Oh, at least he avoided the car on the way by. Holy shit. As close to a 6-star chase as I've seen. They may send in the tanks. This is as dangerous of a chase as we have ever seen, people. Shots fired at police, carjacking suspect, a second attempted carjacking. He's now wrong side of the road on the freeway, and he's doing this to try and get people to pull over so he can carjack them.
It's a Ford pickup truck, believed to be a Ford F-150. Again, taken at gunpoint from the...
I wish this was in San Bernardino, because then we would get the snipers. I don't know how much longer this is going to go. This is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous chases we've ever seen. And it's only been about 4 minutes. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Just let me get that out. Okay. Oh my God, he's going to try and carjack a truck. He's going to try and carjack a truck. He's going to park in front of it. Oh my God. They're armed inside of there. Oh no.
Please don't open the door. Yeah. Good move there. Good move. So this guy's back in
Holy fuck.
Now, originally, what we heard...
He's going in reverse. Now what?
We have seen,
It's like I'm watching
driving
the
that vehicle is a
pirates take
male.
over a ship.
And again, originally
Captain Phillips, man. He's gonna go for it again. He's going for the truck.
people in the car and just
Oh,
keeps coming up
oh.
to trucks here. Please move out of the way. Please, I'm gonna widen out because again, this guy has a gun.
Oh,
We don't know
driver
what's gonna
opened.
happen.
Driver's
The
out.
driver just ran out. The
Driver
driver
ran
said, "You
out.
can have it."
Driver said, take the
Oh
truck.
my gosh. Yeah, the
They're
driver
about to
said, "I
carjack
want
a
nothing
truck.
to do with this.
They're about to
Spare my
carjack
life.
a truck.
Just
Oh my
take the
God.
vehicle." And that's exactly what they did. So now the two suspects
They're
in
about to
their
man
semi
a
here.
gigantic
Do they
truck.
know how to
They're in.
drive a semi? We will find out.
They're in.
Because that is unknown at this time. The car that they were in was a Ford. May have been a 250 or a 350. We're still trying to figure that out. But you see the rightful owner there of the semi.
Holy
He's
shit.
trying to get out of the way so that he
They've
doesn't get
taken
run
over a semi.
The guy probably just had a gun.
They've taken over a
so,
semi. The other trucker's trying to get
I can only
involved.
imagine how scared he is to see his semi being taken away here with who knows what is in the back of this
There could be
semi. Is it some
flammable
sort of
material in there.
hazardous material?
Yeah.
Don't know. If I can see the stickers on the back
I
at
think
some
this
point,
is
we'll
our.
try
I
to
think
read
this
it
is a
and figure
6-star
out what
chase.
may be inside. But again, now
This is
it's
a. They're gonna have to bring in
semi,
tanks on this one.
making its way
I can't believe we're getting
northbound
this
along the
late at
5
this
freeway
hour
here
on a
to
Sunday,
the San Fernando
but
Valley,
this
headed up
is.
into the Newhall Pass. Wow.
Oh, Eliana's stressed. I don't have any more stars. This is as high as it
They're in the
goes.
truck. They're in the semi. So they're going north, George, so they're going to go behind us.
Bro, I was just about to get into the shower, too. I would have missed this. I'd be so tilted.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see if I can see the stickers here on the back to figure out what may be in the back of this. Sometimes it's nothing hazardous. Sometimes it's water. Sometimes it's fuel. Sometimes it is a highly toxic hazardous material. So if we can see the stickers, we will be able to differentiate what may be inside. So pardon me here as I look at the back of the truck. Maybe we can figure it out. The back there says "Got Milk." That's all I can read there. And then unclear if I really can't see any other stickers. But again, the original car was a Ford. Yeah, well, when we get around to the door, we'll try to read that.
Do you guys see the is that truck the truck that was hijacked before? It's driving way too straight.
But maybe we can pull a phone number or something off the side. Wow, really scary moments here, folks. All unfolding live. Again, we heard that these suspects are armed.
Oh, they're armed. They were shooting out of the previous Dodge Charger.
I did hear officers say that the suspects had fired shots at them, which tells us that they still have the gun on them. And clearly they were able to carjack this vehicle from the rightful owner here, the driver of the semi. They came right up to him. They crashed right up to the front of his vehicle, and they basically told him, get out. We don't know if they brandished the weapon or not, but the driver complied.
They didn't attack the driver. The driver just capitulated, got out. And what was strange about that is it looked like the passenger side door was locked and he got out anyway, but Eliana was zoomed out. That's the 5 northbound interchange coming up. That's not good for us. This is a Palmdale. This is very bad for us because it's nighttime and Eliana cannot go through the Cahuenga Pass, or excuse me, the Newhall Pass. So there's only so much room left before they have to say goodbye to this, but there's going to be cops everywhere. All right, this should be a 90 Palmdale interchange, I think.
So going on the 14, George.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. 90 is west side. 14 takes you to Palmdale. At least that goes east. We just can't go north. We have a
So hopefully whatever's in the back of that tanker isn't anything hazardous. It may possibly be milk, is what we're gathering. Committed to the 14 North, which is the way this pursuit began. It
just got back in the apartment, too. Crazy timing. Thank the Lord. 2 chases today that I've been around for like 30 minutes. And then there's a massive chase. I don't know how to stop this. Spike strips is the answer. Spike strips. You can't outmaneuver spike strips in this XL Dodge Charger, but there's so many tires that you have to blow out in those things.
They fired shots at that driver, and now this vehicle taken at gunpoint. I didn't see anything brandished in this case, but we don't know really what happened inside of that cab of that vehicle when this
I got my buddy
semi
sleeping
was
in the other
taken.
room,
But
so I have to kind of keep my shit
of
together
course,
here. Otherwise, I'd be
really
screaming. It's probably for the
scary
best.
here on the northbound 14 freeway.
14 to Palmdale. You can take the 14
On
to
the,
Vegas.
they're
Connect
right
you to
at
the 15.
split. It's looks like it's gonna be northbound 5. Yeah, he's right at the split here, so it looks like he's committing northbound 5. So CHP units are just getting to the first vehicle that was
Okay.
carjacked, the one that we saw during the first half of this pursuit. They're going to clear it, make sure nobody else is inside. Likely isn't. But now we're committed. It looks like as he finished the transition here at the New Hall Pass, looks like we're northbound 5 here. So
I'm in my
you have the
I'm
option
gonna
of
get
going northbound at 14, and originally it did seem like he was kind of set up to go that way, but now
The tan
looks
wasn't
like
from
we
the
are going northbound 5 here through the truck lanes.
tan wasn't from the barbecue. The tan was I was at the beach today. Yeah, it's 10:48 local time. 6-star chase. Multiple carjackings fired at the police. If you're just joining us, in the previous stolen
There's no units directly behind him right now.
was shooting at the
If there were
police.
CHP units
Multiple
behind him,
carjackings has
we
now
gotta think
stolen
about the
a
fact that
semi.
there's not a lot that they can do
Semi-Charger.
in this case. The things that we normally talk about pursuit and pursuit intervention tactics, like a pit maneuver or a
You
spike
can't
strip,
pit this,
they
but you
really
can
just
spike
don't
strip
come
it.
into play in this situation. They can set up spike strips. They can set up spike strips all they want, but it's going to be a long time before this vehicle becomes disabled.
Right,
Because of
and
it.
it's gonna.
I've
There's so many
covered
tires, and
semi
it's gonna
pursuits
slow
like this
release.
Before. It literally went 12 hours because there's so many tires. It took forever to deflate all of those tires, and it was a chase that we covered all through, I think, Ventura and LA County, eventually ended up in Orange County the next day, and that driver finally gave up that day. But in terms of a pit maneuver, you can basically say that's never going to happen. A vehicle of this magnitude just will not be able to be pitted or even budge in any way. Yeah. Can you scoot just a little closer, George? Castaic, Bill, Castaic. So probably another, at this speed, he's not going too fast. I can probably do like another 15, 20 minutes.
There you go. We got 15 and 20 minutes for this semi to turn around and head back to LA. Otherwise, we're gonna lose him.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
The last stop is we've been here before, people. We've taken the 5 northbound until we got to the New Hall Pass, and since we're on the 14,
So we're
Castaic
getting
is
a little bit closer here to the vehicle. My pilot George here doing a great job. It's been a tough one to keep
desperately
up with,
need him
lots
to
of
turn
drifts,
around if we
overhead.
want to
But
continue
it's
to be
just
able
on
to
the other
watch
side
this
of
chase.
these, hills here. You may be exiting George, just on the other
Exiting
side.
would help. Side streets would help. I don't know what's up
Approaching
here.
Cowgrove.
This is the part of your GTA map where you're like in the middle of the desert really quickly on the
Exiting
valley
Cowgrove.
side. We're off the freeway, people. We are off the freeway. It's going to take a while to maneuver this thing under. We just saw what happened under an overpass in the last chase with the Paul Walker Challenge was
Once
successful.
down, there he goes under the
Okay,
freeway.
okay.
So we're at
If he
Cowgrove,
turns
folks,
around
just
and
under
gets back on the
freeway.
14 towards the
So
city,
we'll
this
see
would
if
be a
they try to
major
ditch it
deal
under
for
the
us.
freeway and take off running. Or if they decide to keep driving this thing. So we'll
Let's see. This looks like an
Looks like
on-ramp.
he's gonna get right back on.
We're headed back
Yeah.
towards Metro Los
So now
Angeles here,
south 5,
people.
it looks like, from Cowgrove.
Southbound 5. No, wait. It looks
Not
like a
going
double.
very fast.
Is this the 14 or the 5?
About
That looks like
30
a
to
double.
45 miles an hour.
Downey is absolutely in play now as we head southbound. 15 minutes away from
So once
losing
again, if you're just
coverage.
joining us, this is a vehicle that was taken from the San Fernando Valley off of the Roxford exit of the northbound 5.
This is a 6-star chase,
likely
people.
at
Hold on to your
gunpoint.
butts.
These
Eliana
guys
Moreno on the
are
call. We got the
vehicles.
varsity team on top of this. I'm sure Desmond Shaw or whoever's in KCAL. Actually, it's a Sunday, so that may not be the case.
The first one was a Ford. They were calling it an F-150 originally on the scanner, but looking at the vehicle in person, it did look much larger than either a Ford F-250
The
or a
want,
350,
everything.
but it basically
Everything
became
that is
disabled when it
written
lost
in
its
the
tires. So
the
that's
law
when they got
book.
out of that vehicle, tried
This
to
person
hijack a
has
small,
committed
little
a
white
crime
car. That
for
person, didn't
firing
let
at
them
police,
in,
carjacking.
and, thankfully, that person's okay. They were able to continue on from there. But then the driver of this semi-truck, this big rig here, wasn't as lucky. The suspects crashed into the front of his car, and then
Yes, we were here for the shots fired in the first carjacking, right at the beginning of the stream. If you're gonna watch this back on replay, if you're joining late, I don't know how this ends without the suspects getting shot. I don't know how, unless they wreck so bad that they're just incapacitated. Ghost Pro says I'll be watching this tomorrow with my dad, as it is tradition. I hear you. Let's all hope that this gets resolved without the loss of human life, but it is not likely at the moment, as this is one of the most serious chases. I'm on my knees right now, I'm
just taking care of a few.
Afraid to blink.
Issues here, but the pursuit continues here now on the 5 freeway, continuing south into the Newhall Pass.
Going back through the Newhall Pass. I do need to get my computer charger. I should go. This feels like a good time to get the computer charger, because I panicked and I ran in here. I grabbed the computer and went live.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I'll let Eliana carry us. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And real quickly, I'm just going to say a few words for sister station Telemundo.
Oh, Telemundo. Bilingual, Eliana. Okay.
On the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock. Once again, this pursuit continues to make its way here southbound on the 5 freeway into the Newhall Pass. Buenas noches desde el helicóptero, yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policíaca que se encuentra ahora en la autopista 5 en dirección sur, acercándonos a donde se juntan las autopistas 5 y 14 aquí en el área de Newhall. Estamos a punto de entrar al Valle de San Fernando y ese es un vehículo robado, un camión que fue robado en el área de la autopista 5 y la calle Roxford, pero no fue el primer vehículo robado durante esta persecución, porque esta persecución inicialmente empezó en la ciudad de Lancaster, donde los dos sospechosos armados se robaron una camioneta, una Ford 150 o 250 y le dispararon al dueño de esa camioneta. Al momento se desconoce si esa persona fue herida, pero la persecución continuó en la autopista 14 en dirección sur, después la autopista 5, donde el vehículo perdió una llanta y fue cuando los sospechosos se salieron de ese vehículo y se robaron este camión aquí en la área de la autopista 5 en la calle Roxford.
Oh, here comes CHP.
Ahora la persecución continúa aquí en la autopista 5 en dirección sur, justo donde se junta con la autopista 14, al momento en los carriles para trocas aquí. Y va a salir ahorita en un momento. Al momento se desconoce qué hay en esa camioneta, en la parte trasera de esa
moving awfully slow, people.
La persecución continúa aquí en la autopista 5. Dos sospechosos de robo de auto, los dos hombres armados con una pistola.
La pistola.
Okay.
Muy bien.
Back with you guys here in English. I was just saying a few words there for our sister station, Telemundo. Right before we start our coverage here on the NBC4 News at
11 o'clock news coming up. You better believe the entire news has been scrapped. They will be showing this Sunday night news in 5 minutes here. Every channel.
Very close to where they actually stole this big rig from the rightful driver, and it was a Ford. Either a 250 or a 350 they had originally taken. It lost a tire, and that's when they switched out cars.
Our Nightbot knows what type of car it was. Someone can. We use artificial intelligence to identify the vehicles.
We think it might possibly be milk, and whether it's empty or full, that is of course unknown to us at this time. If I can get that information across the scanner at some point, I will let you know. But for now, the pursuit continues here southbound on the 5 freeway.
Mexico is in play. As long as we go 5 southbound, who knows how much gas is in this thing. Look at all those CHP officers that are starting to clear the freeways. We might be in for a marathon chase on a Sunday night. You never know when they're going to happen, people. I know the expectation is like rush hour on a Monday. It's like, oh, this feels like chase time, right? It happens Sunday night, 10:57 p.m. Many people have gone to bed. and they are missing the first 6-star chase in quite some time. 6 stars is usually reserved for tanks.
So we just got an answer to the question I was just asking about what may be in the back of this big rig. The CHP is talking to the driver, and the driver is saying it's empty. So some good news amongst all of the...
Well, why would you give away that information if you're the driver? If you're the suspect, I'd be like, I have radioactive sludge in this thing. Don't shoot at me. Otherwise, you're going to blow up the whole world. You're going to have a radioactive spill on your hands. Oh, she said original driver? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. Yeah, so the CHP went back to the original scene of the crime with the carjacking and was clearly speaking with that driver who probably informed them there's nothing in there. So now that's how they got that information. Now we're going to get, the more we go southbound and the more we get closer to downtown Metro Los Angeles, it's only going to pick up.
Hey there, Booth, I gotcha.
Nick says, I believe the last 6-star chase was when those 3 Bearcats pinned in. I think that was 5-star, though. Bearcats are 5 stars. Tanks are 6. And considering this is shooting at the police and every jurisdiction's involved in this, it's probably worthy of 6.
We're right at the 5 and the 405.
How far away are we from Downey? I would say we're 20 to 30 minutes from Downey.
So through here,
all roads lead to
Downey.
Downey.
Regular lanes and the diamond lane, the carpool lane here. And again, a big rig here with what we believe are 2 people inside. The rightful owner here of the truck, the driver, he was taken out of the vehicle in the area of the 5 freeway in Roxford by these 2
I was like 30 seconds from getting into the shower to taking a dump, taking 27 minutes to come out, take my time. Sunday night, nothing's going to happen, right? Chases are over. Eliana's in the air, and Eliana gets there for us. I am Gregor D. Appreciate you as always. Sub-dubs in the chat. 5 tier 1 subs going out. Passing Silmar. CBC. Y'all called it earlier. I doubted your powers. A Sunday, Eliana just randomly on. She has a Sunday shift because the Sunday's usually for JV team. Eliana's in the air. Gets us 2 chases in one day. After a long drought. What's up, Nug Life? No meat sauce tonight. No meat sauce. This is a chase that did not need that. Look at the little mini night sun that CHP unit has outside the passenger side. Boing Boink is asking, when you say tanks, do you mean literal military tanks? Yes. That's our star system is based on Grand Theft Auto. 5 stars, you get the Bearcats and the FBI wagons and the armored vehicles and stuff. 6 is tanks. 6 is you stole an airplane from the military base.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be 100 units on top of this at some point. Especially as we get closer to the city.
This has been a really scary police pursuit, and now
we're live, 11 o'clock news on NBC. You're going to get Eliana's TV voice.
Gives CHP officers very little options when it comes to pursuit intervention tactics. Now, this started in Lancaster. We're all the way in the San Fernando Valley now here, making our way southbound on the 5 freeway. But this started in Lancaster with a completely different vehicle. We were overhead when they were still in that other vehicle.
There you go. We're live.
Truck, believed to be either a 250
This is going to go across the country now. Now that it makes the linear television network news.
In the Lancaster area, and they shot at this person. Now, we don't
Oh, there's
know
the
if that
replay of
person
the
was actually
flashbang.
hit. The Lancaster sheriff started chasing that Ford pickup, made its way all the way here into the San Fernando Valley, where they hit a spike strip in the Newhall area and lost a tire. And that's when things got really scary, when those two suspects in the Ford pickup got out of the car and then stole this big rig. Now, again, you'll remember, they're armed. So whatever the rightful driver of this vehicle saw was enough to quickly get him out of the big rig, and he turned the keys over to them, and it's been a chase in this big rig ever since. Now, we were wondering what may be in the back. We're being told that the back of this big rig is empty.
You're getting from the person who got out of the big rig. Now, earlier, Ileana, we saw.
Oh, here's the, if you're just joining us, right here, attempted carjackings. Multiple attempted carjackings on the wrong side of the highway, which was actually a smart decision because the cops weren't going to follow, and he had the time to try this multiple times.
Tried to carjack a small little white car. That person thankfully had their doors locked and did not let them in. So then they moved on to the next vehicle, which was a big rig. That big rig driver was able to drive out of the way and get out of this very scary situation. But for this driver, things were a little different because they crashed.
I'm just going to reformat people. Hold on.
Into the front of
Actually,
the
I'll do it
rig.
after this.
So this driver probably thinking, hey, these guys just crashed into me. They exchange information. No, they pulled open the doors of this semi, pulled him out, jumped in, and took off.
All right, and we understand the chase is now going into the Pacoima area on the I-5. And Ileana, you were talking earlier about although the big rig may not be able to travel at high speeds, it is much more difficult to stop, is it not?
There's very little that CHP can do in terms of pursuit intervention tactics, the ones we normally talk about, things like a pit maneuver or a spike strip. Now, could they try a pit maneuver? Absolutely not. That would never work on a vehicle of this
Here's
size.
if you're just joining us, here is how we carjack a semi. First,
this big rig has,
we tried this
they could spike him,
detached semi,
over
then we
again.
find
It
a
would
real
still take
semi,
a really long time
and then we
for this
roll
vehicle
right up
to
on
become
him.
disabled. I covered another big rig chase under very
Park.
similar circumstances where it took 12 hours
Hit the
to finally
passenger
break
side
next to an
door.
end, despite the guy running on his rims. It made its way all the way through Ventura, LA County, eventually
And then they get
ended
in.
up in Orange County. The
Looks like
following
cockroaches
day,
under a
just because
spotlight.
it's so
They
difficult
get in there and they
to,
somehow know to
intervene in
how do
these
you
situations
operate
when the
something like
vehicle
this? It
is
isn't
of this
just
size.
gas pedal and go.
Absolutely. Eliana, thank you. We're going to stay with
Not
your
a machine
picture
of this
right now as we
size.
continue to watch this chase, Ted, that started in Lancaster and really concerning right now for everyone.
Bones
because
in
we
the chat
understand
says,
these are
if the truck
armed
goes under 50
suspects.
miles
They
per
have
hour, it
reasonably- they've
explodes.
already shot
It
at
feels
the
like we're
first
watching
driver
a
they've stolen.
sequel to Speed here.
2 trucks now. They're in this semi truck and driving down the freeway. As Ileana was saying, there's really no good way to stop a vehicle like this.
So look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that other
vehicle,
truck
big rig like
that's
this
trying to
may be,
help his
traveling
friend.
at a slower
He's trying to
speed
cut him
than a
off.
regular vehicle,
He's on the
but,
shoulder. You
Ileana
see that?
mentioned it's much more difficult to stop with a spike strip or
He was trying to
other
prevent
type
him
of
from getting
maneuver
up the
that law
on-ramp, and then
enforcement
he
may make.
went across the
And she talked
median.
earlier about how this
He tried to
started
block him,
with
totally.
2 suspects, possibly both of them armed, but according to authorities, they shot at.
I didn't realize
the
that when
first
it happened.
carjacking victim, the driver of, I believe, was an F-150 or F-250. Were able to seize that vehicle, took that vehicle, but then law enforcement was able to slow down that vehicle with a spike
Yeah.
strip. And
I think that's the
exited
name of
that
this chase,
vehicle,
'cause
tried to
Speed
take
2 was
one
cruise
big rig,
control.
were unsuccessful
Speed
at doing
3.
that, and then took this big rig, and the chase has been continuing ever since then, I believe, on the I-5 freeway in the Lancaster-Palmdale
I'm open
area,
to
then
additional
traveling,
brainstorming
southbound,
chase name
then
ideas,
hitting
but
the
Speed 3 is
Pacoima
going to be
area
up
and
there.
continues to head southbound. As you can see, the law enforcement units going at a deliberate speed.
It's
but,
not
but
a
also
milk
is
chase.
being very
There's no milk
careful
in
their
there.
pursuit.
Absolutely.
empty.
We should mention that the person who was fired at, we don't know if they were injured. We don't believe that they were injured at this point. That Ford also
Tank is
lost
empty.
a tire, so that's what slowed them down there and caused them now to go to this extreme measure of now hijacking.
We're in
this-
for a long
this
chase,
semi.
people. This could
And
also
the
be
thing you
headed to a
always worry
standoff
about in a
situation if they
pursuit like
able
this,
to
first of
disable
all,
the
you have
vehicle.
people who are desperate to get away. That is for
No
sure.
sleeping tonight.
But 2, you always wonder what are they going to do, and how is it going to impact other drivers that are out on the road. Now you have got not just a regular vehicle, but a semi truck. I'm sure that is going through the minds of the CHP officers right right now.
We were watching that extraordinary moment earlier when the suspects transferred vehicles and tried to take over another big rig. The driver of that big rig stopped and initially tried to back away, tried to move away from the suspect, but then at one point decided it just wasn't worth it and got out of the vehicle. And it appeared that the suspect threatened the driver with a gun, and then the driver gave up and left the vehicle, did the smart thing, left the vehicle, and gave it to the suspect, who took over, as you can see, the big rig and continues. I believe it is southbound on the I-5, which at this point could be splitting into the 405.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
I think
They're
we're
both
getting
armed.
onto that, or we're coming
These suspects
right
are
up to that, so
armed,
we're
and
just
they
in
have
that
opened
area
fire
right
at
now.
the police.
And again, we believe it's two people who are in this semi. Now, we were trying to get a close look at this vehicle that they're driving. We saw it said got milk on the back, but we understand, I believe authorities got information from the driver. There is nothing in that tank. So at least we know that that tank is empty right now. So one less thing for authorities to worry about as we continue to watch this tonight. Here at 7 minutes past 11, we've been following this since the news began on our streaming channels. Ileana was over it, and it just took our breath away.
Ileana's
when we
winding up
saw,
the TV voice right now.
Extreme measures that
She-
they would go to, and we know they are
You know
armed,
the way that
and-
she
and
sounds
that
when
driver,
we're not on
of this
network
vehicle
television.
was forced to get out, and
Copy.
he was just standing
No
on the
copy
side of
right
the
now.
road watching
No copy.
his truck
No copia.
that he was driving for his job just be taken.
She's
by
locked
these
the fuck
people.
in.
Yeah, a terrifying moment for that.
Six-star
particular
chase if
driver,
you're just joining us.
And thankfully, we
Replays
believe
coming
that
up on the
that
right
driver
of what
is
you
safe,
missed.
that
You'll see
he
some
was
flashbangs
not
out the window
hit,
here shortly.
And he was not
Spike
shot
strips
at. We just got an
connected,
update
disabled
on
the
direction
vehicle.
of this vehicle too. We mentioned he had to be past the 405 split, and we understand now he's on the 170 southbound, heading towards the San Fernando Valley and heading towards where we are in Universal City, toward North Hollywood, and would soon be approaching the 101, we believe.
Yeah, and we know from past pursuits like this many times, because there's not really a lot they can do in this situation. Obviously, you can't pit a vehicle like this. So they just have to follow behind. They have the airship up above, lighting it up.
Every
So
news channel is above
definitely,
this
they're
chase
not
right now.
going
The
to
entire
lose
city
this
is
driver.
stopped.
CHP officers are right behind him. So basically, it's going to come down
Yeah,
to
we're
when is this
starting to
going
get towards like the Hollywood
simply
Bowl and
stop
downtown
when
and
they
stuff. I
decide
don't know what's
that,
going to
no, we're gonna
happen.
get off the
110
road or run
interchange,
out of gas,
101.
whatever happens to bring it to an end.
You can
then
jackknife
it's gonna
this.
be,
So
at that point,
is there a
getting
potential
them
pit
to
maneuver
give
and
up
jackknifing
peacefully
the
and
back so that
to
it
come
swings
out,
around?
because again, these are believed to be armed suspects. We believe they have already fired shots at one of the first drivers that they took the Ford F-150 from. So we know this is a very dangerous type of pursuit, and you always have to worry when it does come to a stop.
Yes, and we got an update again on the direction southbound on the 170 and now westbound, we believe, on the 101 freeway just past Studio City, and going about 60 miles per hour according to last report, and just kind of going at a steady pace, not going terribly fast, and again being followed deliberately and carefully by law enforcement officers. And Kathy, you mentioned this type of pursuit can.
Can you imagine if they take
longer.
this
We
down
heard
like
Leah
Hollywood
Moreno
Boulevard or
mention that
something?
She followed one pursuit that
Oh
took,
my God,
12
it's not going to
hours,
happen.
Can you
I,
imagine?
just because of the nature of this
That would
pursuit,
be-
because
that would
of
be
the type
Con
vehicle,
Air
because
of
it is such a
driving.
large vehicle, and because it is a
That would
big
be
rig,
the
and
plot
because
of
it
Con
is,
Air,
so difficult
but in
to,
real
to
life.
stop. It makes it that much more challenging a pursuit, and that much more a requirement for law enforcement to have patience and to show patience, and especially considering these two suspects, perhaps both suspects. We know at least one suspect is armed. Perhaps both suspects are armed, because law enforcement says that they've already fired at one person, and that was the first person that they carjacked, a Ford truck.
Okay, we're going to be able to show you this. This is the scene right there when they were able to begin the process of when they stole that truck. So you can see that on the right-hand side of your screen as we continue to watch what's happening live.
Yeah,
at this
there is
moment on the
potential to get off at
left-hand
Highland.
side. So you see, where
That's gonna
it's
be a
lit up
major
right
exit,
there, that
for sure.
is the moment there that they were able to get that driver out of the vehicle and actually
Well,
take
can you say
off
shout out to
with
Marco
that.
for tuning in
And
for
we have
his
been
first stream?
following
What's
it
up,
ever
Marco?
since. You see all the CHP
One hell of a way to
offices
be
there on the
introduced to
left-hand
police
side that
chasing
are,
and
I'm
birds in
counting
the
1,
air.
2, 3,
6-star
4, 5,
chase.
6,
You will
7, 8,
never,
9,
it's
you know, at
very
least
rare that we
9 or
get one of
10
these, so enjoy it while it
patrol
lasts.
cars following this big rig. People out in front on the other side probably wondering what the heck is going on because it's not something that you see every day.
Yeah, I was incorrect earlier. I thought the big rig was heading westbound.
That's when the
toward the
other
West San
Dodge
Fernando
Charger
Valley,
tried to cut off the
starting in Studio
semi.
City, but instead heading southbound past Universal City, past where we are, the NBC4 studios, and we have Eliana Moreno back on with us and going toward now downtown Los Angeles, Eliana.
Yeah, he's now making his way toward the Hollywood area, making his way here southbound on the 101 freeway, but we don't know where he's going to end up. You're right, Ted. He might end up in downtown LA. He could.
Wait, did she just say he's southbound 101 or could go southbound 101?
Going to take this all the way to the border. He obviously likely has enough
The border?
gasoline in this tank, in the big rig, to do
He's
it.
got enough
But,
gas
now
for
continuing
Mexico.
here, southbound on the 101 freeway, and as I was doing my Telemundo report, I could.
Oh, he's on the
hear you
101
guys
now.
talking about
Okay, I
the
didn't
number
know he
of
made that
units,
change.
behind this,
It's going to dump him right off
so
downtown
from,
then.
my vantage point just here, I see at least 4 or so, but I think there's more trailing.
So he
back.
took
There's
five,
some
the
that are
southbound
holding
5
some
to
of
the
traffic
101.
back here on the 101 freeway, just to try to keep some of these other vehicles out of the way, because if
It's
this
starting to
guy
get
wanted
busy
be
on these roads,
disruptive
people. We're
with
not
this
in
big rig,
Pacoima
he
anymore. We're not in
absolutely could. A
Castaic or
vehicle of this
Palmdale.
magnitude, could
This
really
is
do
Sunday
some
night,
damage.
Los
I hope it
Angeles.
doesn't come to that. But,
And thankfully,
of
no
course,
Dodger
these
game's been
individuals
over,
were
so the
believed to be
temporary
armed originally.
flight
But
restriction
one
has
of the
been
things we
lifted
did
as well.
hear across the scanner was that officers were able to locate a gun in the other car. So if they only had one, then
Oh,
these guys
that's
are
good.
no longer armed. But of course, there's
Big
2 of
news
them.
there. They
So
found a
there's always
gun in the previous
possibility that they
carjacked
still could have
vehicle.
a weapon inside of this vehicle.
Unless they're just
And are you
strapped
hearing
like
anything else at
Omar
all
from
about any of the other people
The
who
Wire.
are involved in this, any of the carjacking
walking
victims
around
in
with
this
an
case? Or
arsenal
is there
attached to
any
their
talk about
bodies.
that? You know, because we're concerned if someone was possibly injured.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in that first carjacking, the one up
Yeah.
in Lancaster, where they fired at the victim. We don't know at this point how that person is doing, whether he or she was even
Someone in the
wounded.
chat's very
But
observant.
nonetheless,
You're not going to be
if
able
you
to pull
were
off a
fired upon, I
parking
can only
deck
imagine
escape
the emotional
like we've seen
trauma
so many
of going
times
through
in
something
downtown
like
with
that,
this Dodge
and then seeing
Charger.
your car on TV and then seeing what these suspects are still doing here on the road.
Hatman says
One
they
of the
turned
things
around
we
to go get
heard
their
when they were
gun.
still in the Ford pickup, right before they lost the
I
tire,
wouldn't put it
was
past
that
anyone,
one of the
considering we
CHP
saw
officers said
their chase
that
earlier
they had
today,
opened
and
fire on him. And we never heard any follow-up on that as to whether any officers were injured. It didn't sound like it, but it was still a really scary thing to hear when that CHP officer said that these suspects were shooting that gun.
And for people who may be just turning in, Eliana, we should mention you were able to confirm. You know, people may see this, they may see a tanker on the freeway being pursued and worry about what's in that tanker, but you've been able to confirm that that tanker is not carrying anything dangerous.
Thankfully not. That was one of my first questions. I was trying to look for the hazmat stickers in the back and decipher what may be inside. And thankfully they spoke to the rightful owner, the driver of this big rig, and he was able to confirm that it was empty. So a situation that could have been a lot worse just got a little bit better. Still, it's obviously an extremely dangerous situation, but at least
I don't think
we're
it's
not
the first
talking
6-star.
about
I've given out a
tanker
couple of
here,
6-stars in the
causing
past,
some
but
sort
this
of
one is
hazardous
absolutely
material
worthy.
down the 101 freeway.
Yeah, and I don't have any experience driving a vehicle like this, but you have to wonder, do they? I mean, they just jumped in and started driving, so I'm just wondering, is there something you need to know to drive a truck like this? I mean, they are keeping it pretty steady. Nothing really erratic is happening right now.
Yeah, that was one of my first questions too.
I don't
guys.
have
They
7
jumped out of
stars, Chad.
the
This is
Ford
as high
truck,
as
which
it
was a
goes.
bigger
This
truck
is as
already.
dangerous,
And then they jumped into this. I was
as
wondering if
intense,
they were going to be struggling because you obviously
as
need a special type of
high
license
degree
to
of a chase in
operate
Los
this type of
Angeles
vehicle, but they just
as it
got
possibly
right in
gets right
and,
here.
They're driving it like they own it. They really haven't had any issues here. They're not driving incredibly fast, all things considered.
We're
They're
even
pretty
getting
much right at
Sports
freeway
Center on the
speed.
right side of the
But there were
screen
times
here
during this
to
pursuit
go
where
over
they were
what's
driving
happened
about
thus
40
far.
miles an
That's
hour,
the
so
type
they
of chase
didn't
we're
really need
watching
to.
and
So,
witnessing.
they really are
11:16
at least,
p.m.
all things
Sunday
considered,
night.
driving
Daydreaming,
relatively,
dropping subs in the
well,
chat. What's up?
considering,
5 of
the
them,
road
sub dubs.
conditions. But again, a CHP is really going to have a tough one on this one because there's little that they can do to try to bring this to an end. They can't try a pit maneuver. They could try spike strips, but that's going to take forever. I mean, look at the
This
amount
is
of time that the
analytics
car
of
has.
police chasing.
So at this point, all they can really do is just continue
PER.
to follow them from a safe distance.
And Eliana,
Offensive
given this is
rating,
a Sunday
defensive
night, there's
rating.
not a lot of traffic on the road, and I guess the good news is there aren't a lot of people on the road to create more danger that these
Yeah.
suspects could create.
RJ Nelson,
But on the
7
other hand,
stars,
because
9/11.
there
That's
isn't a lot
it.
of traffic,
Pearl
and,
Harbor.
Minus construction that could slow these people down, they can just keep going on and keep driving.
They really could keep driving, and that's why I'm kind of throwing it out there. We don't know if we're going to end up at the Mexican
That's actually
border.
that's a good idea.
Continuing
Eliana, stop
South 5
talking
here,
dirty
and
to
so,
me.
in
She
terms
keeps
of,
bringing up
how
Mexico's
much
in
fuel
play.
is on board,
She
these
thinks
things
Mexico's
go,
in play.
for a very long
Mexico's in
time.
play.
So, I am getting some information. It might be a natural gas truck, so I don't know how that would affect the mileage. But we also don't know how much.
Nick says, dumbest idea I have is to pit the trailer with a Bearcat. That's probably the one vehicle that is big enough and dense enough to be able to jackknife this giant Dodge Charger.
What he was carrying, but in terms of how long this is going to go, it's time will tell. It's really up at this point up to the two individuals inside to decide when they want to bring things to an end.
Okay,
About 3
give
hours
us
from
an
Mexico,
update to
by the way,
Toledo in
people.
Spanish,
3 hours
Camila,
from
tell us
Mexico
where
at these
you are
speeds.
right now, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. We are here on the 101 freeway, coming up to the Glendale Boulevard exit. So that's
Glendale coming up.
right where, like, the 2 freeway comes
If
to
we
an
stay
end.
south,
Glendale
101, if we
Boulevard,
take the
and then,
110,
merges
if we
with
take
the 101 freeway. So we're in the
605,
area of Echo
you know
Park,
where that's gonna take
continuing
us,
to
people.
make our way southbound 101,
Teach
but
these
he's gonna have a couple
new
options
viewers in the
coming
chat
up
that
here.
are watching
He's
their
gonna
first
have a
police
chance
chase.
to get on the
Where do all
110
roads
freeway,
lead
north
to?
or south through here, or continue on the 101 freeway into East Los Angeles.
Every chase will find its way to a certain part of Los Angeles. That would be Downey, California. All roads lead to Downey.
That began before we came on with the 11 p.m. news here on the air. We were streaming it live for
Look at that
our
officer
viewers,
flying ahead.
and it
Potential
all
spike strips,
started in
maybe?
Lancaster when two
We're in lane
suspects
number
who
1, 2, 3, 4,
were
5 right now. Potential to get off the
hijacked,
101 here or
carjacked
interchange.
a Ford F-150 or 250.
This is an
and took off in
interchange.
that, firing
That
shots
is
at
the
driver, but we
5
love their
southbound.
position now.
I see a 110 and I
Yeah, there were a
see
couple moments like this that
something
were
that
really
said San
frightening
Pedro.
for, at least a couple
I thi-
of drivers. This has been essentially a southbound journey. It looks like we're seeing
As long as we stay
driver turn
south, we're
into the
okay.
110 southbound. It looks like
110
toward downtown
southbound.
Los Angeles, I believe.
Headed towards downtown
The
LA.
big rig
Here we
is now
go.
Taking in, obviously a narrow stretch of road,
Yeah.
heading southbound on the
110
now,
southbound. So 5 to the
toward
101 to
eventually
the 110.
105, the
And it's going to get
405.
busy fast. We're headed towards
And
all
law
the tall
enforcement
towers down
haven't
here
really
very
done
quickly.
anything dramatic since then. And Kathy, you were talking
This will
about
take
those-
us towards
those
Downey
two,
Norwalk.
very
Downey
key
Avenue,
frightening
California
moments,
Avenue
the
side.
beginning of this pursuit when these two suspects carjacked one
Okay,
vehicle,
more interchanges coming up.
Ford
There's a
truck,
10.
and,
There's a big
reportedly
10
shot
once you
at
get
one
past
of the-
downtown.
one of the victims. We
Opportunity to
believe
go east
at this
west on the
point,
10.
the person was not hit.
If we're rooting
And at
for
another
duration
point
of
when
chase,
their
I
truck
would
that
say
they had
110
carjacked,
southbound is still the best
was
option.
stopped
Keep us
by
away
a
from
spike
LAX.
strip. They tried to transfer to another vehicle and attempted to carjack two big rigs, and we believe this is the second big rig that they carjacked, and they did the second one successfully and have been proceeding southbound ever since on the 14 and 5 freeways, all the way down to the 170 freeway, and now down to the 101 south, and now down to the 110 south. And I believe that may be Beaudry Avenue to the right as they pass through downtown Los Angeles toward the 10 freeway. And eventually the 105. It appears maybe to be slowing down, though.
It does, and it made that circle around, to change freeways, and just wondering how well they're going to maneuver it. But so far, so good, and yeah, we're seeing more traffic there, a little bit.
Oh, no, this is
narrower
a
lanes
side
than
of the
we were
freeway for
seeing
the 10.
earlier, and just wondering.
Here comes the 10
exactly
interchange.
What their final goal is, because it's obvious that they have CHP behind them. They have the
Santa Monica
leadership
freeway exit,
up
next two
above,
lane, next two
lining
exits
them
coming up.
And this is just going to continue until they decide basically to give up. And Ileana was mentioning earlier, she is
Look at all the
big
freeways
on
you can choose from. Look at those
pursuits like
signs
this
right
that just
there.
went on for hours.
Would have
And
probably preferred
because there's
I
really
think we're going to
nothing
get on
they
the
can
10
do,
here at
obviously.
some
You cannot
point.
pit
Yep,
a
that looks like
vehicle
10
this.
westbound. He's
They
in the
tried a
lane.
spike strip earlier when they were in the Ford F-150 and they had a flat tire, but that all led to them now carjacking this vehicle. And so we're just watching, but you said it best. Thankfully, there's nothing in that tank, because you look at that and you think, what is in there? We found out from the driver probably that it's empty.
And we don't know the size of the gas tank or how much gas
Getting off?
that this driver has, and how
No
much
way.
they could
Are we getting
continue to
off the
drive.
freeway right
We
now?
saw that
Or is it-
decision. It looks like they are getting off.
No. Why?
I'm not sure. Earlier,
This
they
has to be an
passed
interchange.
Adams Boulevard. They bypassed the 10 freeway. They had that option to continue to go onto the 10 freeway westbound or to continue on the 110. But it looks like they continued on the 110 and
What's
now
this
getting off
interchange?
an exit.
No,
Not
no.
sure if it's past Adams Boulevard, but maybe
If it
Jefferson
slopes
or
down,
Exposition.
no, this looks like we're getting back on a
it's
freeway.
Vehicles down there below, and CHP following behind. Yeah, I'm wondering too what exactly they're going to do right now.
It
Again,
feels
just
like we're on the
continuing
10.
to follow right
It's
now
elevated.
to
This
armed
is where remember when
suspects. They
the
found a
bridge
gun
on the
in
10
one of the vehicles,
someone
so we
set a
know,
fire underneath it
they have dope
and collapsed it?
possession of
I
at
think
least one
we're
of their
right near
firearms.
that.
But we
I have
do
a feeling
believe
this is
them to
10
be armed.
eastbound.
Right now they are considered armed and dangerous. And
Okay,
right now,
but
CHP
this is
just
another
following
exit.
behind. You see the two cruisers right there, staying close
Maybe
behind.
interchange. Hey,
And thankfully,
it's in
we
his
have
best
not
interest to
seen
just
any
never get off the freeway, by the way.
accidents or erratic driving on their part, but we just continue to watch.
What?
It's really
Why are
become
we
just a very
re-racking
dangerous
this?
Chase. You know that
NBC.
at this point, CHP is very concerned about
What do
people.
you-
And look at this, we're on these narrow roads.
This
and
is a
we-
terrible
we're just
production
continuing to
decision.
watch it
I will
right
change
now.
the channel.
Carjacking
You can
suspects,
double box
stealing
this.
a semi. It is something that you rarely see here. This is
If he's
earlier.
off the freeway,
This
you better
was when
cut
we
to
were
that
watching
shit
it earlier.
immediately.
And you can see that vehicle just traveling there.
I will leave
Earlier
Eliana,
they, again,
NBC.
lost a tire,
This is
so
what
that
she has to
slowed them
deal with.
down. As soon as we get the
She's
live
playing
picture
with
back,
Jamario
we'll bring it
Moon
to you, but
and
this is
Boobie
just a kind of
Gibson,
crazy chase
LeBron
in that
James on the
area.
2007
Before we
Cavs.
talk about what you're seeing on the screen, which happened earlier, I think
Are you going to show us every
update
scene
you,
from the
it-
replay?
It did appear that the big rig, we can see a picture now. Did get off. There we go.
We're off the freeway. Oh my
110
God, we're on
freeway,
side streets.
Right around USC. Right around, I believe it's Exposition Boulevard. He
Expo
got off the
Boulevard,
freeway
USC.
and is off the freeway now and is making a left turn. On,
What do they
on
do
one
with
of the
this
streets
beast
that's
now?
just south of
How do
the
you
10
get this
freeway and
truck
south
to
of
stop on a
USC.
side street?
So you see pedestrians now. I mean, there
Look at
are
all the people on the
out there,
sidewalk.
so this becomes even more dangerous. Plus, you have traffic lights and things. It's just a whole different story. I know they prefer to be on the freeway usually because it ups the danger.
Yeah, it adds another factor. We were talking earlier about, thankfully, because it is a Sunday night, less traffic on the road, less people out there because it is late at night, but there are still pedestrians out there. There are still people out there. And as you can see, there are cars on the road as well. So we have no idea what's in the mind of the driver right now, why he chose to get off the freeway at this point. We were thinking earlier he could continue all the way to the...
We are
Mexico
very
border if he
far
wanted
from
to,
the
but instead,
freeways now.
He and another suspect chose to
Are
get
we
off the
stopping at
freeway,
red lights? He's
just
been
south
the
of the 10
beneficiary of
freeway,
many
somewhere
green
south
lights
of
in a
USC.
row thus
We're in
far.
South LA right now as it continues this pursuit, which began
Red
all
light,
the way
big
in
red light
Lancaster
coming here.
County.
Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
Los Angeles
Straight
is what
through
I'm
it.
understanding, and I wonder if they're not trying to come to a stop.
This is
somewhere
not a Dodge
because they
Charger
think,
that
why get
slows
off the
down
freeway?
easily.
Why be on these streets? You're not going to jump into a parking lot like we've seen with others into some shopping mall and
are
try
we
to hide.
downtown?
You're in a semi-truck, so
These
you're
are
not
like
trying to
downtown
hide. It
buildings.
makes me feel like,
Are we on the
people
outskirts
there
of
looking
downtown?
for a
That's not
place
good
to,
for us.
Come to a stop and give
Is he
up,
gonna
but
take
we'll
a
see what
giant
happens as soon as
semi
we
through
locate them
downtown?
here. We have all the buildings in downtown. There they are coming out right
We're so
now
close
on
to
the left-hand
downtown now.
side of your screen. CHP still in pursuit behind them, but the dangerous thing is we have pedestrians, we have other cars, and I mean they have to be thinking what is going on here.
Why is there a
line
giant
of
semi
cars
truck doing
right behind
50
this
miles an hour through all these red
semi-truck.
lights in
Thankfully,
downtown
it's,
LA?
not carrying anything tonight. We have pretty much confirmed that the driver has, was jumped out of it because he was fearing for his life. And that was
Think of
what
all those
enabled him to
people
take this vehicle. So,
working at
right now,
NBC that
officers
spent their
are able to
entire
talk
day
to him. I
preparing
think
news
that's where
packages
they
for the
learned that
11 o'clock
information.
news, which
We
is the
know
most
based on
popular
past
one.
pursuits, sometimes these drivers,
We're now
they
25 minutes
wind up
into this,
driving to
into the
somewhere familiar
coverage.
to them. They wind up driving somewhere.
We'll never
where
see
they
the
know
light of day.
Someone who might be able to help them.
Sorry,
someone who
there's
might
a
be able
chase
to
on.
hide them. That is, of course, pure speculation at this point. We don't know.
Just
the
red
intention of
light
this
after
driver.
red
We
light.
don't know. We do know they just ran a red light there, again increasing the danger but got off the freeway after
More red
being
lights.
on the freeway for
Thankfully,
several miles.
there's a
We
commotion.
watched this
There's
pursuit
red and
before the
blues.
newscast
There's
began,
night
as it
sun,
started,
so
in the
that
Antelope
people
Valley and
approaching the
continued
intersection
southbound,
with the green light
on
can
the
sense that
5
something is
freeway
up.
onto the 170
Like
and
this
out
right
to
here.
The 101 and to the 110, beginning with a first carjacking of a truck, shooting at, according to authorities, shooting at one of the victims, whose truck they carjacked, and then carjacking a big rig that you see here that continues to flee from law enforcement.
That illegal
agencies,
left
to
is
say
going to
the least,
cost him.
but, it's
Yeah,
more like
you
a
can add
shift from
that to the
where-
illegal
yeah,
left turn.
confirm that it was.
Yeah, CHP took over on
That's
the
an extra
freeway,
point
and I
on the
believe
driver's
they
license.
have stayed behind them,
Are we
continuing
near
it's
the
really up
tunnel?
to the
Stop it.
agencies
We're not
what
near
they
that
wanna
tunnel.
do and hand off between agencies.
We're not going
what
through
have
that
you, but
tunnel
on
with
the
this
freeway,
thing.
Usually the CHP.
The famous 3rd
But
Street
I just
tunnel.
keep thinking to myself, there has to be a plan. There has to be something that they're
The pursuit
thinking to
buildings
be
are getting
on
bigger
these
and bigger,
side
people. This is
streets
not
and
good for us,
on the
but I
freeway,
don't think we'll be
just
losing a
trying to
big
get
rig
away.
in the middle
I
of
don't know if they're
downtown
trying to
LA.
think what they
We're in the
wanna
thick of
do,
it
but
now, too.
Just waiting to see if they might come to a stop. We've lost them for just a
Did he
moment,
go
but
into
we're
the
gonna
tunnel?
stay
That's the
overhead
tunnel.
and try to get our bearings and see.
I didn't know a
where
big
they
rig can
might
fit through
come
the
out.
3rd Street tunnel.
I mean, it's not too hard to spot that giant white semi-truck with the tank, but somewhere down here, they have hidden from us temporarily.
We saw them move towards South Los Angeles, but apparently they made a turn back up north.
This is where chases go to
along the
die,
110
people.
Freeway, 3rd and Spring, 3rd and Broadway was last report. Eliana Moreno, they are near City Hall now and the Civic Center.
Yeah, no, we last had him here at 3rd between Grand and Hill. We got a couple buildings in the way, so I can't see him at this point, but we're in the area of downtown Los Angeles. You see the airship there overhead. We do hear that he's driving the wrong way, so once we can clear the buildings and see the pursuit yet again, of course, we'll bring you those images, but I can tell you that we last caught him here. He's driving on Figueroa and Hill is what I'm hearing, so looks like just came out this other side, so we see the CHP units there, so we'll find the vehicle here in just a second.
Eliana, I had you in my head. I was thinking.
Come on, Ellie.
You always say it's better to be on the freeway and not on these side streets because it gets so dangerous. And we did see people out walking around, and I just have to wonder what they think with a semi going by them.
Yeah, absolutely, and it really does make things more dangerous.
Come on, Ellie. I don't want to lose it.
Southbound here, Figueroa.
She'll find
which
it.
of course
Trust
parallels the
her. We gotta
110
trust
freeway.
Ellie here.
And when it is on surface streets, it does become more dangerous just because you have cross traffic, you have pedestrians. So a chase that was already dangerous, just being on the freeway, becomes increasingly dangerous when you exit on a surface street.
There's Staples Center.
Figueroa and 7th
It's
right
behind
now
the
is
church.
what we're hearing. Ilion, what do you make of this? Usually when people get off,
Am I really gonna have
they
to switch,
either are
Ellie?
trying to go home, they go someplace they know, they're trying to hide, but this is not the case likely here.
Yeah, and you see all of the police helicopters kind of circling the area where it's at. So just kind of in the area of the Crypto.com arena. So I'm going to ask George if we could just head a little bit south. He's just over here by these buildings.
We'll listen
so
to
just
her while I
outside
make
of
the
our
switch,
line of
okay?
sight, but I continue to monitor on the scanner, and I am still hearing that he's still moving here through the area. Every now and then I can see some of the police units, but again, it's going to be surface streets here around downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah, obviously because we're in downtown.
This is one of the most well-lit or otherwise trafficked areas for law enforcement. They know exactly where everything is. Like, there's not a lot of places, my point is, to really hide in downtown, especially given everything we've seen in close to the last hour.
Sorry, Ellie.
And the other thing, Gio and Hunter, is that he is southbound in a northbound fit.
This is not.
That would be the wrong side of the road.
Southbound, yeah. That
Wrong
was
side of the road at
nice
Crypto.com
here, I
Arena. How
believe.
many times have you been to a
And
Laker
all
game,
those
Clipper
cars were
game back in the
coming
day,
out.
Kings
Luckily,
game,
nobody came around that
concert?
corner
How many
and come
times
out,
have you
but,
walked up and down this
yeah, he
sidewalk
definitely
and there is a
driving on the wrong side of the
6-star
street
police
here. We
chase
got
just
double
going
yellow
right by on the wrong
so
side of the road
he's
right
back
now?
on the right side, but that was very hairy right there. That looked
Now
like,
you guys know if
we
you were
just
not
hope
alive
nobody's
for
gonna
LeBron
come around
James
that.
in the
If you
2007
get
Cleveland
up the
Cavaliers, that's
freeway
Eliana
exit right
Moreno
there,
and NBC.
a little bit of nobody come around. Now he's by the
Crypto.com, yeah.
Crypto.com.
I mean, is he trying to get...
Stop
does
giving
he appear to be
Crypto.com
trying to
all
get
that
back
free
on the freeway? I mean,
press.
can we figure out what his mindset is right now as we're kind of seeing him take these, what looks like loops around these side streets? And then,
Yeah,
of
these streets are
course,
so
when
tight.
he
There's a
slows
metro
down,
stop
is
right
this
in
the
front of him.
moment
It's hard to tell.
I know
There's gonna be
it's
train
early
tracks
night.
coming up
Down
here.
the way or now adhering to traffic laws or
Pursuit
of the matter, but
buildings
now,
everywhere.
there we go, speeding up just past 10 miles an hour.
Oh,
But
look
again,
at
they're
that!
going
Look
very
at that unit
fast right now,
riding,
and a lot of this
getting
does
up
have to do
behind
with
him.
There's a lot more congestion in this area, whether or not there's traffic, right? Because then
Eliana's
it's the
back on
added
top
element
of it.
having to drive
Eliana's got a
vehicle
better
of
view.
This size and move it around these
I'm gonna make
very
the switch here.
tight,
Hold on.
Areas and
right behind them, but you never know what they're thinking at this point. They're certainly not trying to hide. It's impossible to hide right now, and if they wanted to get away, they'd be on the freeway. So we're just going to have to continue to watch and see what they're doing, not obeying any of the traffic rules of the road right
Copy.
now. But as much trouble as we've had keeping up with them at some point, CHP never lost them, right?
Yeah, they've always had the airship overhead, and the airship might have lost sight of him here through the buildings at times. But because they have all those units behind them, they were able to quickly re-engage with their ground officers. That officer, they're really not giving this guy much in the way of rope. He is right on his tail. So they're trying not to lose him. Another thing that I did notice that the CHP is doing is they're running other officers on adjacent streets. So just in case this guy decides to go wrong way, which he has done, so that the officers don't have to go wrong way with him, they have these other officers on nearby
this.
streets that can get behind him and go the right way. But
Wow.
Figueroa
Wrong side of the
and Wilshire,
road.
It's going to be a tough turn there for him. He's going to go right under us here for just a second. So pardon the shot.
Oh,
but,
the
maybe
tail
that
almost hit that
southbound
Dodge
turn on Figueroa
Charger.
and Wilshire.
Did you see how tight that was?
You know, it struck me just as it was making
That white
turn, I
Dodge
was
Charger
worried
had to
about
hit the
those
reverse
cars that were
fast.
getting hit and how
Oh, look how
difficult it
tight this
to
is.
make a turn with that kind of vehicle, and it struck me
A
when
giant
he carjacked
semi in
that
downtown
vehicle,
Los
my first
Angeles,
question was,
going past
is he able to drive it?
Lakers Arena,
Because, those
Intercontinental
things are not
Hotel,
easy, to
Ritz-Carlton,
drive, and I'm
CTBC
supposed-
Bank
surprised
Building.
So far, those downtown streets are not wide streets. There's not a
No,
lot of room
it's
to
so
maneuver,
skinny down
and
here.
It takes some skill to drive a vehicle like that.
How did he start this vehicle and just drive within 2 seconds like he's been driving these massive machines forever? You don't get into a NASCAR, flip a switch and get going. Oh, look at this white Dodge Charger. That was going to make a hard right turn. 7th Street Metro Station. Big time stop right here. 7th Street Metro.
Adjacent to the 110 freeway, it's where you have all of these major
Headed back
landmarks.
generally
And
towards the
Pacoima
highway
Marina, which we're
direction.
just passing
There'll be a
by.
101
But of
at
course,
some
the
point he's going to
convention
cross if
center
he
just
keeps
south of
going north
that.
like this.
So if he continues in this general direction, it will get him down to the 10 freeway. He can get back on the freeway there. Now, I don't know why he ever got off the freeway to begin with, but he was on that 10 freeway. That's where he exited, but he may be trying to work his way back to the highway.
It's so crazy. This all started in Lancaster. You picked it up at what time, Eliana?
We picked it up. It was around, it was around like 10 o'clock at that point, just a little bit after 10 or so. And we heard it coming down the 14 out of Lancaster. Originally, it was Lancaster Sheriffs in pursuit of the original vehicle, that Ford truck. Lancaster Sheriffs then handed it off to the CHP when it got on the freeway. It made its way southbound on the 14 to the southbound 5. We picked it up when it was still southbound on the 14, and we were overhead when the carjacking of this vehicle took place. And I can tell you, it was very scary because we knew that they were armed. We knew that they were willing to use that weapon because they had used it on the first carjacking that they had done. And apparently they had even fired at an officer during the course of the pursuit. So we knew that these were two very dangerous suspects who were really going to do anything that they needed to do to get away. And what they decided to do was to steal this big rig. Thankfully, there's nothing in the back of the big rig, but still.
I gotta turn a fan on. I'm getting
situation to know that
so
these
sweaty.
guys, who may have nothing to lose at this point, are driving a very dangerous vehicle.
And you witnessed, Eliana, one of those frightening moments when one of the suspects, at least one of the suspects, confronted the driver, or maybe more than one driver of a big rig, and that driver wisely decided to withdraw and not try to stay in his truck. I remember you were right over there when the driver was.
Can you guys hear the
was
fan?
By these suspects.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Is it too
initially
loud?
tried to carjack a small
Or can I keep the
white
fan
vehicle.
on? It's hot in here.
Thankfully, that person had his or her windows and doors closed, so they weren't able to get
Okay.
access to the car.
Thanks.
So they moved on. They moved on to another big rig.
It's a
but
it's a
that
big
big
process of
driver
standing
just
up when
bolted
you're
out of there.
40 years
Nothing
old,
to do with
okay?
it.
Things
But this
crack
guy,
and tear.
The original driver of this this big rig, it was a little bit of a different situation for him because the suspects crashed into him with that original stolen Ford pickup truck. So that was really their ruse to get into the cab of the vehicle, pull the driver out.
I have a tennis
and,
injury
take the
too.
car. Now, at that
I have
point,
a
we don't know
pectoral
if they were
major
still
strain.
armed because there was a
So I
gun
can't use my right hand
recovered
to,
from
or my
the
right arm
truck.
to like
But what we don't
prop
know
me up
is,
or anything.
Did they only have that one gun, or is there still a
There
gun
could be
on board
multiple
of this
guns,
vehicle?
and now we're
Because,
just
again,
driving
there's
past
two
a metro
people,
bus.
inside of the cab of this big rig.
Okay, so that is how the CHP has to proceed, not knowing they have to consider that they are armed and dangerous right now, and they are continuing to be dangerous just driving on these streets. I just cannot believe they got off the freeway and they're continuing to try to
Steal a
maneuver
bus. That
through
happened
these
in
fields
Atlanta
and make those tedious
during a
turns
chase.
that they're just barely getting by. You have to wonder what they're thinking right now, what the plan is.
I've been long enough to be been around long enough to be the LeBron of chases in regards to my police chasing requires great physique and endurance of sitting and paying attention.
Free southbound journey.
I've been at it for year
toward the
22 here.
45, eventually toward Orange County, but instead they got off the 110 freeway, went into South Los Angeles, doubled back, and went northbound.
It's a
into
grade 1 pectoral major
downtown
strain.
Los Angeles, by the Civic Center,
Not torn,
and then
but
went southbound
grade
again
1 means
toward,
no
Crypto.com,
tennis
ran
for at
toward
least
the
a month.
convention center, is now going southbound again, choosing.
Look at
This is
now
wrong
trying to
side
get
of the
on
road,
freeway
and this
again
looks like an
here,
off-ramp.
in the opposite
Are we about to
direction. And again,
are we about to go on the
increasing
wrong
danger
side
for
of the
everyone.
highway?
And it's actually how we picked it up.
How is he
Earlier,
gonna
they
turn
were going
around?
in the opposite
He has a
direction when they were in
giant-ass
the
big
other
rig.
vehicle.
That's
So
the
it just
highway,
ramps
people.
up the danger
That's the
right
fucking
now.
highway.
And again, I just want to know if they're trying to
We're on the
find a
wrong
way
side of
out.
the highway
Exactly
in a
what the plan
semi.
is, I do not know. They're driving
Again,
into
but this
oncoming
time
traffic.
with a tanker.
So at this point, we're just waiting to see.
Is he going to get
what's
off? That
going
he has an
happen. We're
opportunity to
holding
get
our
off.
breath
No,
and
let's
make
just
sure
get even
that no one
closer
gets
to the
hurt.
traffic.
So far,
That's a good idea.
We don't believe, other than the person who was fired at, we don't know their condition. It doesn't appear that there have been any other wrecks or anything happening.
This strategy worked the first time. Why
besides
wouldn't he
them
do it
tagging
again?
this vehicle. The driver
We're on the
has,
wrong side of the
you know,
road.
appeared to
Sunday
drive
night,
fairly
11:38
well up to
p.m.
this point,
Even
but
the
now
news is
going
staying
the
because they
opposite
don't
way,
have to
we
go to
have
late night.
vehicles coming right
No
at
Jimmy
us.
Fallon for
I just
NBC.
don't know what they're gonna do
We'll
at
be
this
here all
point.
fucking night,
Just
people.
increasing the
Sleep when we're
danger,
dead.
Every time they make a move like this, but
Gonna have a
thankfully,
marathon
like
6-star
you said,
chase.
even
Where were
though
you?
There supposedly has been gunfire involved.
Lock your
especially at the
doors when you're
beginning of
driving,
this
people,
incident,
especially
that
in
no
Los
one has
Angeles.
been hurt so far, which is
Could he potentially be setting up another
we
carjack?
are thankful about, considering these suspects. At least one of them is armed, and also because they are driving a vehicle that it's a dangerous vehicle. It's a large vehicle, and
He can't, like,
there's very
3-point
tight turns,
turn.
and obviously they're doing
He's just
very
gonna drive on the
dangerous
wrong
things
side of
right
the
now,
highway.
going the opposite direction. Okay, they're slowing down right now as they see all this traffic coming.
This
at
is the
them.
10
This
freeway
is
they're on right now,
ludicrous.
and
We're on
why
the
they're choosing to
10,
do this,
people,
I do not
in
know.
downtown
They have
LA.
traffic on each
That's
side of
like the
them. They're going
overpass
the
where the
opposite direction. Earlier, when they did
part of the
this,
bridge that got
they
shut down.
carjacked a vehicle.
We're just,
this vehicle.
this is just
So I don't know
natural
what
for
the
this
plan is
chase.
right
We're just
now,
on the
but
wrong
you see
side.
people
Look at these people trying to merge
get
onto
on
the freeway,
freeway
trying to
right
avoid
now,
this
and
giant
they have
ass
the semi coming
semi truck. But
directly
at least
at
we're
them.
getting off.
Eliana, it's just so frightening when you watch something.
What are the
like
cops
this.
supposed to do?
Thankfully, at
Bomb
least
them? Bomb
he
this
is,
truck?
Getting off the
How? What are
freeway,
you supposed to
at this
do? You
point.
can't put the
You just-
CHP units
you
on
just
the
worry
wrong
that
side of the
someone's gonna
highway.
hit any moment.
Oh, I've been holding my breath up here the whole time. I'm so scared about what could happen in a situation like
Is that
this.
Denny's?
This is a very
It's top.
dangerous vehicle.
Wait, it's a
that is, driving
In and Out.
along,
No,
side of
Jack in the
road here
Box.
on a major
Look at the
freeway
left side of
here
your
in
screen. That's a
downtown
Jack in the
area.
Box, not
He was
Denny's.
going, in the westbound lanes, but headed eastbound. Thankfully, he just exited here, so now he's on Alameda.
Now what?
having a
Oh,
tough
oh,
time
he's
making
gonna
that
plow
turn
through.
here.
Oh, he
Alameda
almost plowed
south
through.
of the 10 freeway, and I think they're getting out. They're getting out. I'm gonna zoom in
Ejectocito.
here. You can see them running. So they're
Yes.
running under the freeway.
Under the
So
overpass.
right now,
We're
maybe
Ejectocito.
We'll see them run
There's
the
not
other
gonna be
way.
any
We will
units.
see a car pop out the other side that looks suspicious. But again,
Are they
this is
using the
Alameda
bridge as
on the
cover
10 freeway.
to
We just saw
carjack?
them bail
Oh,
out
there's
of that
units on the
vehicle,
ground.
and CHP is here, so they're
CHP,
they're gonna
one
start
unit.
swarming the area, setting up a perimeter to try to take these two into custody.
Does anyone have a
We saw
better
them
angle?
once when they carjacked the big rig, so we could see that they were both
Okay,
men.
KCal,
But of course,
KCal
they could
doesn't.
have, changed
We're gonna
their
stick with
clothing
Ellie.
between now and then. But again, two men are what they're looking for here. Alameda, just under the 10 freeway.
And Ileana, you were right on the plan.
Huh?
CHP could
Oh,
have
there's
followed
people
them going
running.
the wrong way, but you mentioned
They're trying to
they were
carjack.
setting up
Look at that
all
person in the
over
red is running
area, so
out
they would
in the
be
middle of the
prepared
street.
and they would be ready to
Now there's
swing
people
in
out of their
if,
vehicles.
in fact, they did bail out of the truck, and that seems to
Everyone's
be
getting out of their
exactly what is
vehicles.
happening
Why?
in this area right now.
Yeah, you see the
Everyone's
CHP
out.
here, they have their guns drawn and they are pointed toward the underpass here. So the suspects may be under there. Of course, we very
Oh, they're
careful
running.
because there's a possibility that the suspects may be still armed as well. We know they've used that weapon before, but you see what looked like a
It always has to happen under an overpass, man.
innocent bystanders here that now got stuck here in.
Why is it
this
always under
commotion
an
here in
overpass?
Alameda, just south of the 10 freeway.
Yeah, CHP on all sides right now.
George,
Vehicles
can we
parked.
step back?
They
So we can-
running. They were running there at one point. Looked like they had something in their sights. But again, we're dealing with two suspects now who may be armed, who have already carjacked two people. So it is a dangerous situation for authorities as they try to bring this to an end. But now that semi, at least, is parked there on the streets, and right now what they're trying to do is just round up the two suspects who started this all around 10 o'clock in Lancaster, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, and steadily going southbound since
Or
then.
they just figured, hey,
but
let's
then
just do
making
it
a
right
turn
here,
and
right
going
now.
north.
There has been no consistency
Right.
as to whether there was a plan.
And
or
we're
not.
hearing now from our producers that possibly got into a white pickup truck. So
Huh.
again, I mean, they had some time here to plan, to make some phone calls, to get some backup, and it appears now we're trying to see if we can maybe catch up to that.
They got into a white pickup?
If that is in fact, where they believe these suspects.
What
were
is
in the vehicle.
happening?
We were talking about it earlier downtown
Yeah.
when they went under the bridge. They wait for those overpasses. They wait for those
Yep.
parking
These are some
garages,
smart criminals,
only to
man.
jump out and try to run. So we're talking about people who are potentially armed here. This is a situation that just keeps getting crazier as we try
Well,
to figure out if they did in fact get into that white pickup truck as we're hearing.
And
I think
there's
ABC has
consistency
the
in knowing
pickup
what the
truck.
pattern has been so far, which is these are carjacked.
Stop telling me to change to ABC. You just keep screaming it in the chat.
If they manage to do this again,
Think I'm not looking at every damn network right now?
considering how
Give me a minute.
long this pursuit has
Oh my
been.
God.
Truck, which we
With
believe
that
now
milk
is a
hauler,
milk
they were
tanker,
riding it out as
taking
much as
that
possible,
from the
trying to zoom
northern
in, see
portion
maybe
of the
that's the
valley
one. Look, we're
up
getting
towards
told that that
Newhall,
is the white
taking
pickup
that
truck
down
that they now jumped into.
We
the
are, they've carjacked someone.
170,
Another carjacking. White Dodge Charger.
through downtown, onto the 110 south, and then circling around downtown LA for about 20 minutes before
They've done it again. How? How did they do it again?
10 freeway, just south of downtown Los Angeles, going the wrong direction, getting out and either carjacking or having a vehicle waiting for them, now the third vehicle in this white pickup truck. They may have just gotten off, they have gotten off the freeway now. It was at Cummings Street. There is that white pickup truck.
I'm gonna keep
Again,
switching based
we
on the
have not
best,
seen law
angle here.
enforcement pick this up, perhaps their air.
Plan to have somebody there.
So true.
Now I'm just hoping that there's not a victim inside that thing where it's
Right.
now a kidnapped suspect. They just added to the charges. You
Good
just
point.
keep piling up.
Oh yeah, someone could be in the.
This is another yet. What would this be?
Someone
A
could
third
be
carjacking
in
if we
the
started
in the
with
vehicle
shots
with
fired?
them. We don't know
Similar
because
to
it
that
happened under an
The
overpass.
initial carjacking of the
Yeah.
pickup, then the big rig, and this one that would add up to 3. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation. Lots
Right.
of details we are still working to gather
So
for
all
you,
preliminary, but
and obviously be able to craft the story for you because in its craziness, as
I
it
can't-
continues
they-
to unfold,
they got
there's no
another
shortage of
carjacking.
questions,
Right.
and of things that could still
Coming to a
happen as this
stop.
pickup is now
Doors
stopping
open
right there.
again.
Car
They could potentially be
doors are
letting out the
opening,
driver.
and it looks like
Wait.
it's
Wait.
hard to tell if that driver got
He just
out
got out of
and
the.
now just getting back
What the
in.
fuck? Is that a clown car?
Here we go.
I mean,
He just got out of the back seat, now he's driving, so the driver moved to the passenger side.
Passenger seat. I mean,
Yeah.
He got out of the back of the car, it appeared, and got into the front driver's side.
What is going on?
I mean, this is bizarre. I mean, Dave, what are you thinking when you're watching this? I mean, what's going through law enforcement?
They did a
head here?
pit change,
This seems to be
pit stop.
very calculated individuals who seem to
They
kind of
they
have an
knew
idea
the
of,
overpass.
what
They knew the
what they're
overpass
doing,
would work
so
as
to
a shield in a screen
Yes,
to allow them to
it just
carjack
didn't work
and
for them,
potentially
but I
get
think
out of there
that's
without
what's
not
for
knowing
them to get away like that, just
what
to,
vehicle they were in. It almost
hijack
worked. It
another
worked for
car.
every
I mean,
network but
I mean, they could be
ABC.
wrong. I mean, they
These
may
are
have
some
plans to
smart
where somebody may have been helping them
carjackers,
because
man.
it was an ideal location. They always do that. They go underneath an overpass, but this time it didn't work. And then you're right that the suspect who's driving that pickup truck now was in the left rear seat. So the driver must have scooted over to the passenger
Wrong side of the road again. Construction zone here. And we're in a much more maneuverable Dodge Charger this time versus the Semi before.
A whole different dynamic.
A whole different dynamic, but do we appear, I mean, does it appear that law enforcement, once they do get their bearings and they can regroup, obviously we could start seeing some of those more traditional tactics of spike strips and other measures to try to get this car to stop? I can imagine that's what they're now game planning right now, Dave?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's what they'll start doing. I think we're in Newton Division, so, you know, they're being advised of the suspect's location, the broadcasting where it's at. If the sheriff unit, air units overhead, and LAPD air unit will be above them, and they'll be relaying to the LA coppers about the pursuit. So, you know, they may have done a switch off, what we call a switch off, and that's where the sheriff's helicopter will pull off, and then the LAPD air unit that's up above, once he sees that sheriff unit is away, then they'll go ahead and descend to take it over. I'm assuming that's usually what happens, but the sheriffs may have just decided to stay with it.
Yeah, and right now we're keeping an eye on him in these suspects in Lincoln Heights, Mission Road, and Richmond Street, now Lamar Street, but maintaining the surface street pursuit at the moment. This pickup truck has not decided to get on the freeway right now because it sort of blows up those questions we were asking earlier about you know, going to a location that they're familiar with, because it's worth reminding people that this started up in the Valley, in the Sylmar area, and then made its way through downtown all the way, you know, from the 101, it was on the 5, and now we're down here, and, you know, switching multiple vehicles. I mean, it has been a war of attrition in many ways, as well as a war of patience on both sides, particularly law enforcement, because just when you think, as this car now is flipping,
oh man, the truck was set up for them.
The overpass,
look at that video.
In a gigantic vehicle.
Oh, ABC has it.
Maneuver. Now you're back in sort of a traditional.
The white truck was left for them.
Pickup truck can go.
The white truck was left for them under the overpass.
If it wants to.
And they got in it and they peeled out.
Of a strong pattern.
Oh, I hope we get a replay of this. Only ABC has the angle.
If we can, I mean,
okay.
we watch them obviously
I can.
monitoring the current situation. Let's play back again. Person who was initially driving, just did a little.
As Dave pointed out. Dave, anything about this right now? This is now I'm counting this a third or fourth time this pickup truck has now sort of U-turned in this immediate area. I hesitate to say that it's one of those where we tend to see people maneuvering in familiar areas and situations for them. It just seems sort of aimless at the moment.
Yes, I don't know if I mean they're looking for the. They're not that far from the freeway.
That's how they got away.
Eastbound, westbound.
It was left for them under the overpass by someone.
I don't understand it. I mean, they're obviously they're lost. They don't know where they're going now, and so now they're just flooring. It just seems that they could find a freeway to get out of downtown LA.
We might need to red zone this, people. For this chase, we may need to red zone multiple angles, but the problem is they're not synced up. We need multiple angles in case this under the overpass situation happens again.
So this wasn't something that was maybe coordinated or planned. This was, in fact, another innocent person, we believe, whose car was stolen as this pursuit has continued now.
What is happening? They're under an overpass again.
We're just past the hour mark, at least a few minutes.
Guys, are they carjacked? Are they?
Over this overpass right
there
now,
it is.
the pickup truck
They're out.
right there.
The car's left in drive. The car's in drive. They're in another vehicle. Are they in another vehicle?
Behind, in fact, as we zoom in right now.
Did they just hut swap again?
It's hard to tell what's going on in the driver's side.
That's a vehicle that's in drive. It's a zombie car. There's no one in it, and it's taking the cops with them. It's taking the cops. I don't think they're in it. I don't think they're in that.
But yeah, now this vehicle
What?
is veering out, and maybe they jumped out of the car.
What?
That's got to be the speculation
What?
at this point, Dave, because that car is now just drifting.
That's what I'm thinking.
What? Where did they go?
Right along with you, Gio. I think I think they bailed and ran into the projects.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I think just cruising.
So this is yet another twist that we're seeing. So another carjacking potentially, but now we believe that these suspects have abandoned this truck and are now potentially on foot in a very dark area. I mean,
and you see one of those black and whites, one of the cruisers there, sort of patrolling right parallel to the freeway. Sort of.
Wait, let's get Eliana in here now that we're stopped.
Maybe the suspect.
Passed just about a minute ago or so, there was another car, either something that was set up for them or carjacking took place. Possibly a dark-colored sedan is what I'm hearing. So they may have gone into yet another vehicle. We'll wait till we can figure out a general direction.
How did they carjack that quick?
We'll watch this one as CHP tries to clear. But again, at this point, we believe that this vehicle here off of Myers Street and
it's a ghost car. How did they get out under that overpass and either carjack or have another car waiting for them to get in before CHP turned the corner to see them do it? How quick did they do that? Fucking magicians.
Many vehicles involved here, and I cannot
They're chasing David Blaine. This is David Blaine. Now the cops are scrambling. They're getting out of there.
While the suspects have taken off in some sedan.
Yeah, and given the way the officers are behaving right now, and the way they're standing around, and the way they're not pointing any guns, they appear not to be facing any danger. And given the fact that this is apparently an empty vehicle, and that the suspects possibly moved into another vehicle, a dark sedan, and yet, unlike the transfer to this vehicle, which was made kind of obvious because of the high speed, it was moving, and maybe because it was an area where they could be spotted more easily, somehow we are not tracking a dark-colored sedan or any other vehicle right now, nor do we know that police are. So it is possible that the suspects made some sort of getaway in another vehicle, at least according to what we're tracking right now, unless there is another pursuit going on of yet another vehicle that the suspects transferred into that we don't know about. We just know that there's been a stop on this particular vehicle that is empty of the suspects that they've been pursuing since about an hour ago from the Antelope Valley.
Yeah, we can wait and see if perhaps the airship was over the dark sedan, or talk to Eliana and see if any.
It's been a long time since I've been speechless during a police chase.
Able to get a tail on that dark sedan, if they have any idea where it might be at this point. Eliana, is Eliana still with us right now?
They don't know where that vehicle may have gone, so they are searching the general area. You're going to see CHP cruisers pretty much everywhere here throughout this area as they try to locate yet that other vehicle that is now part of this multi-vehical pursuit.
They just got.
If you hear anything about
they just got juked.
But right now, all they're doing right now is clearing that white vehicle. You have to wonder who was in that and what happened there. But obviously, maybe they're still armed at this point.
They had another drop car underneath the overpass, which they got into so fast that it was probably running. They got in, they got out, and somehow not a single news chopper was able to pick up on them peeling out of there. Or they got out on foot, they ran along the bridge, and there was another drop car away from any lens, any camera lens. We have like 5 news channels on top of this, plus CHP, plus Sheriff's Department, plus the LAPD, and they still found a way to avoid all eyeballs.
But when that vehicle came to a stop, it was empty of those suspects. So at this point, the belief is that those suspects either carjacked or somehow transferred to another.
This chase is not over. They could find them somewhere, but every second that goes by,
journey for several miles, being pursued several miles in that white big rig that we saw, which we saw also maneuver among the streets in downtown Los Angeles and make several difficult turns. And something I noted in my mind when they got into that vehicle, does that guy know how to drive? Because it takes some skill to drive those big rigs too, and they had managed to maneuver it successfully for several miles.
These choppers are just all lost.
Without hitting anyone that we saw. And so far, thankfully, given the reckless behavior and the dangerous behavior of these suspects. No one that we know of has been hurt so far.
Well, I was thinking the same thing that you were thinking, and that is, how are they going to drive this, and what does it mean
This
to people who
is
are in traffic,
historic.
people who don't know
And I am not
really
one for
what's
hyperbole
going
when it
on,
comes to chases.
that
I am a
there
respecter
are
of history.
suspects
With the
in
Great
danger,
Compton chase of
a
2016,
semi,
Troy
driving down the
Jenkins.
road. They have no
The
idea
name
that's what's
chases
passing them, and in
exist.
some
Anyone
cases, they
can
had no
rattle them
idea
off
what was coming straight
in a
at
heartbeat
them
because they're so
when
memorable.
the driver was driving
And we have
that
just witnessed
semi
a
in the
6-star
wrong
chase
direction
evade
before
the
they
police.
ditched it yet again. It has just been a crazy night of following this, the switching of vehicles. And you're right, you know, I hate to say that they've been shrewd, but they were able to get the driver, they've been able to maneuver, let's put it that way. They were able to get the driver of the big rig out of his truck. So they threatened him enough to get him out and get him on the freeway.
They are
He's actually
so,
on the
they're
side of
such
the road,
skilled criminals.
out
They
of
knew
his
to
truck,
block off that
and they
big
took
rig
off. They were confident enough
and to
drive
park
the
their
truck, and they
giant
made all
Dodge
these
Charger in
changes.
front of it
So,
to
they've
blockade.
definitely been able to
And
get
even
around
that
here
that
tonight.
semi
But the
on the
CHP
on-ramp wouldn't have been
also
able to
is
navigate
very
or maneuver
dedicated and
around it.
skilled at this sort of thing. So we know we have the airship that can track, and we know now that they've made a change. It's not like we don't know where they are. We know they're in a black sedan at this point.
Yeah, and something may be happening behind the scenes, something that we can't see, in which the CHP is still tracking these suspects who we know are dangerous.
Oh,
according to
that's
law
when they
enforcement
look at
because
this
of
is when
way
they jack
this
the
pursuit began. We are seeing
this
the
is-
end of it right now. Or
this is
what
when they
looks
jack
like
the truck.
part of the end of it. This is a pursuit that began in the Antelope
Look at that other
Valley,
truck
in the
pulling up
Lancaster,
alongside.
Palmdale area, which, according to law enforcement, there was a first carjacking of a black Ford truck, an F-150 or F-250, in which at least one suspect fired at the victim and took over his truck, took the truck. That was the first vehicle that was carjacked. And then at one point, as you talked about, Kathy, those suspects transferred, tried to take another vehicle, and then wound up in the large big rig, which traveled down.
It's
the
not. I don't think it's
freeway,
over.
170
We're looking
freeway,
for
the
where they
101
are, but
freeway,
every
the
second that
110
goes by,
freeway,
they're
and
getting
kind of
further
made
and
this
further away.
zigzag journey around the streets of downtown
These are
Los
professionals.
Angeles, and then
This
wound
is
up on
Ocean's
one road in
11.
South Los Angeles and made strange kind of U-turns. At least it looked strange to us, where it stayed on one road and kept turning around, going the opposite direction, and eventually winding up here. And as Eliana summed up, somehow they were able to switch vehicles while maybe no one was looking, get out of the car, and just let this vehicle come to a stop with no one inside.
Yeah, that was just incredible that it just went to a stop, hit those cars. There's no one in it. They were able to get out. They were able to get another vehicle we could not see and take off. And I almost forgot that the big rig was the second one that they tried to carjack, because they had tried with another one and he backed up.
Yes.
And he did not let them have it. He backed up and they did not take that one. So it was the second one that they tried to get. We're seeing more CHP officers arrive at the scene. Eliana, is there anything new that you can tell us?
Come on,
now
Ellie,
about
give
the
us
black
something.
sedan or anything that's happening?
Come on,
down
Ellie.
below?
Yeah, we know that black vehicle is likely a BMW, and both of the suspects got into that BMW. Now, whether that was a carjacking as well, that is still yet to be confirmed. It does sound like that was, in fact, also a carjacking. But
How did they do that
the
so
CHP
fast?
Department, they're still trying to locate that vehicle. I saw one sheriff ship go down the 710, and I saw the CHP ship go down the 5. So at this point, they really don't know what direction that vehicle may have gone.
It's gone.
All right. Maybe they can hear from
This is
witnesses
history.
or find it.
The
I know
first
they're
ever
really good
6-star
at it.
escape
So far, these suspects
in Birds
have
in the
been
Area
able
history.
to elude the CHP. Any word, Ileana, before we go? We only have a few minutes on the air now. How the driver of the other car is doing?
So what we know about the first guy who was shot at when his truck was taken, we know that he was not hit. So thankfully, no one has been significantly injured.
Okay, thank you, Ileana. We'll have a full wrap-up on Today in LA at 4.
Did we just watch The Town? The movie The Town? Are they going to stay with it on internet? Usually they go to... Oh, there's Eliana's copy voice. Copy. Okay, ABC 7 off the air. Only Eliana's left. KCAL off the air. It's just Ellie.
Wow, what a crazy pursuit, guys. Thank you for watching along with us. It was a really lengthy one, and I mean, I was at the edge of my seat the entire time. From what we were able to count, these suspects probably took about 4 vehicles during the course of this pursuit, and they're still
She's
on
saying
the run,
goodbye to us.
likely in a black BMW. At this
She's
point,
getting
it's
ready to
unknown
say goodbye.
where they may be. CHP is
I
still
can
looking
feel it.
for them. They're going to continue to look for these guys. They were highly dangerous. Used a weapon during the pursuit. Thankfully, it doesn't sound like anyone was actually struck, but you saw them take car after car here during this crazy chase here. We're going to depart for now, though, and again, this is the last vehicle we were able to watch them take, but there is another black vehicle somewhere out there still with these 2 carjacking shooting suspects inside. So we will see if the CHP is able to find them overnight, and we of course will have an update for you tomorrow on Today in LA. Again, from News Chopper 4, I'm Eliana Moreno alongside my pilot George Marcino. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very good night. Buenas noches una vez más desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre el final de esta persecución policíaca donde vimos que 2 sospechosos robaron aproximadamente 4 vehículos y todavía siguen huyendo de la patrulla de caminos de California en un vehículo negro, posiblemente un BMW. Al momento se desconoce dónde puedan estar estos 2 hombres armados, pero la patrulla de caminos de California seguirá buscándolos y si tenemos más información...
KCAL does not have the BMW. Don't tease me like that.
Yo soy Eliana Moreno, 0.52. Buenas noches.
Liar. Oh no. She's gonna kill the stream. We might get helicopter Grundle. They're gone. Going back to base. There it is. I don't know what to say.
Hi, Bree. It's Ariana.
Ariana Grande is using her...
Is Fox over it? Someone name this chase, please. I mean, this is history we just watched.
Those drivers, of course, not sure what to do.
Just a replay, but it's okay.
He's trying to stop.
This is
now passenger doors open.
This is when they tried to carjack from a different angle.
Attempted carjacking. Wow, this is not good. Doors locked. That was smart. Now they're getting back in. Wow, this is a wild one. Driver continuing onto the freeway on the off ramp.
The Prestige? Are you guys down with the Prestige? I kind of like that name. Who recommended that in the chat? Who gets credit for that? I think we got to call it the Prestige.
Okay, we're working to get an LAPD.
It's too appropriate, especially if you've seen the movie.
On the phone with us to talk about this. So again, carjacking suspect out of the Lancaster area.
Dukes of Hazzard.
People in the vehicle.
I like Dukes of Hazzard too.
The wrong way on the freeway. So he's going southbound, I believe, on the northbound 405 on the shoulder. Obviously, incredibly dangerous. We don't have control of the helicopter just yet, so we can't.
Do you guys want it? Can we put a vote? Ranger, are you still here? Do you know how to put a vote? It's got to be Dukes of Hazzard or the Prestige for the name of this chase. Those are the 2 finalists. Can we have the chat vote? I don't know how to do a poll. Let's see. /pull. Is that how you do it? Pull. Is that how you do it? Okay, /pull. That didn't work. Oh. Ranger, did you do this? Thank you. There's a poll up. What do you guys want to name this chase? Dukes of Hazzard or the Prestige? We'll keep it open for, it looks like another 30 seconds or so. Okay, this poll looks like it's going to be Dukes of Hazzard. There's still some time left. Did they find the BMW? How do you guys know they just found it? We are not done yet. I didn't see a code for. Okay, so yeah, here's when they got away in the vehicle. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. Whoa, they got out of there fast. It was that quick? Hold on. Okay, poll has ended. This is officially the Dukes of Hazzard chase. Voted on by you, the people. How quick? Oh, and then he peels out. So NBC had it. They made a left-hand turn and back onto the freeway. They had it. And then here comes the zombie. Did they carjack or was it left for them? So they use the overpass as a screen. They get back into that black Dodge Charger and they peel up out of there. And then here comes your zombie, your decoy, your wounded duck. And then all the choppers stay on top of it. CHP and the sheriff's department raid the zombie truck. And it's no one's there. What a maneuver. Watch him whip out of here within 5 seconds. Not even. And they're gone. Man, they got that. There's no way you can carjack someone that fast. No way. That had to be, my guess is that had to be another vehicle that was left for them by whatever network, whatever syndicate they're a part of. Let's count it out here. Okay. They're parking now. It's 6-second mark in the video. 6. We're at 10 seconds. 11. 12. 13. 14. 9 seconds between parking, carjack. You're telling me they carjacked in 9 seconds? I refuse to end this chase until we're a code 4. who... Let's go back to the scanners here. I'm on Alert Los Angeles at the moment. Hold on. Alert Los Angeles says vehicle may be westbound 10 at National. What does anyone know the scanner jurisdiction? I can pull up the scanners pretty easily, I think, online. What? Hold on. What? This YouTuber has video of something. Hold on. We got night crawlers. I don't think there's audio. Nightcrawler's on the scene. Hold on. We're not done yet. What is this video of? We got Nightcrawler cam here. I gotta figure out what this is of. Hold on. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe they know something. I don't. They might be listening to the scanner and trying to catch up to it. CHP has visual. CHP has visual, no media though. CHP has visual of the car. Los Angeles alert just went out on Los Angeles alerts. I'm sure this Nightcrawler's probably trying to catch up to it. I think that's where he's headed. Can we get... I'm looking at the signs. If we're westbound 10 Santa Monica Freeway, a 10 interchange. Yeah, he's trying to catch up to it. That's a 10 interchange. 10 westbound, middle lane. I wish I had the scanner. Wait, we're back at the big rig. So whoever this person is just flipping between night crawlers. There's night crawlers everywhere trying to get footage of this. So that previous night crawler just got on the 10 and is probably trying to catch up to... He's listening to the scanners. It got about a couple miles ahead of him. Okay, back to our Nightcrawler. Here comes Gyllenhaal. Someone in the chat, there's a network of Nightcrawlers? Yeah, are you kidding me? A legion. I wish I knew the jurisdiction so I can try and find the scanner. Los Angeles police scanners. Oh, I think I might have found one. Okay, so LA Alerts just said the vehicle stopped. Occupants are complying and that they're the wrong people. Wrong people. That they thought they had them, and it's the wrong people. These magicians just keep finding a way. They got away again out of that vehicle somehow. So whoever took the black Dodge Charger they whipped out, they did a Too Fast, Too Furious. They did a Too Fast, Too Furious where they all switch cars and then they drive out of the garage together. So you pull, oh, you got the suspect vehicle, but it's not them. Is that what just happened? Am I reading this right? This chase should have been the Prestige, but you guys voted Dukes of Hazzard. And I believe you guys didn't vote the Prestige because you don't understand the reference. It means you haven't seen the movie. That's the only reason why it didn't win. This has to be the Prestige. They keep disappearing. Do I dare? Why are we at Jack in the Box? Do I dare executive order overrule the chat? This is a wob. This is Wobtatorship. I like the name The Prestige. I voted for The Prestige. I might have to steal this election. I'm still waiting for an update on Alert Los Angeles. Officers may have another BMW on Imperial Highway now. Oh, okay, here we go. Officers may have found another BMW on Imperial Highway, which would put them near LAX. Are they just going to hop a plane and get out of Dodge? They are. Guys, processing in the chat. I think that's what they're doing. They're just pulling over every BMW. Every BMW-looking Dodge Charger on the freeways. They've probably switched vehicles like 5 times already. Who said I cannot believe what I just saw? Was that Jack Buck? I cannot believe. Who called Kirk Gibson's home run? Jack Buck. I was right. I don't believe what I just saw. That was not Vin Scully. Jack Buck. Epic, man. I've got the scanner up. I'm still trying to... No updates from scanner yet. Yeah, media's probably done for the night. It's up to Nightcrawlers. I think it's going to be called the Prestige Chase. Not even the Prestige Chase, just the Prestige. It's the Prestige. Thanks, Chad. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, go watch the movie and then you will agree. You will agree I want to change my vote from Dukes of Hazzard because I understand now. I have to steal the election. No, chat. No, you can't January 6th this. I'm sorry. This is executive decision. I think this Nightcrawler's... What's this Nightcrawler up to? What's he up to? Why is there a cop pulled over on the side of the road? Wang Chung. This has to be a wobtatorship. I'm sorry. I'm usually a democracy. Storm the tennis courts. Execute Order 66. This chase will be now known as the Prestige. So, all-time chases. This, I don't think we're being hyperbolic when we say there's still more than 1,000 of you in here. Jesus. Okay, now where are they? Is that the Dodge Charger? Did they find it? Oh no, those are the wrong people. That sure looks similar. Is it wrecked? Is it? What happened here? They wouldn't be swarming this vehicle unless they thought it was it. Is this the one they thought it was it and it was the wrong one? Did they pit that van? Did they pit that Dodge Charger? If you're driving anything that looks like that car, you are in trouble on the roads tonight. Is that Santa Monica? Where, those signs look like Santa Monica signs. Is this Venice? Is that... Wait, is that this... How did he get all the way to Santa Monica? If they were going west on the 10, that would make sense. That's Santa Monica. That's got to be the wrong people. A similar car in Santa Monica that they probably identified. It makes sense if they were going 10 westbound. Just red zoning back and forth between all the different scenes of the crime here. Got a whole bunch of night crawlers on the ground putting the video up on like Citizen app and stuff. Zach says that there's 2 choppers going west on the 10 at the moment. I can actually confirm that. Let's find out. Let's find out. Why would there be 2 sheriff's department helicopters going west? Oh wow, you're right. And they're attached at the hip. There they are. So this one is... This is Sheriff's Department. And the one right next to it is... Sheriff's Department. 2 Sheriff's Departments, yeah. But they're downtown. They're right above Staples Center. Okay. Yeah, so if we have to Mount Rushmore of chases, what did we name that chase? The Charlotte chase, where there was when they were doing mid-game interviews. So it's got to be the Great Compton Chase, Secret Tunnel Chase, which is a classic. Great Compton Chase, Secret Tunnel Chase, Troy Jenkins. Oh, what about Mr. Invincible? Mr. Invincible. Oh, man, I think Mr. Invincible needs to replace the secret tunnel chase from Mount Rushmore. Oh, the Waddler. I forgot about the Waddler. Oh, what's going on here? So a Nightcrawler just showed us another Nightcrawler stream on the freeway somewhere. Oh, the Sombrero chase was the Charlotte chase. I think it's got to be... So shout out to this... Okay, well that's clearly... Yeah, okay. God. Do we take out the secret tunnel chase? The obvious mainstay is like Kareem. Kareem is the Great Compton chase. Jordan is Mr. Wait. I'm gonna have a tough time making these analogies because we're trying to make space for Mr. Invincible in this chase tonight. The Prestige. Mr. Invincible, Secret Tunnel Chase, Great Compton Chase of 2016. You know what? Well, I mean, OJ's in its own category. OJ's the original police chase. Troy, so, hold on, there's 5. Compton, Secret Tunnel, Troy Jenkins, Mr. Invincible, and The Prestige. That's your Mount Rushmore of chases. Birds in the Air chases, because OJ is the obvious one. OJ is just untouchable. I think it's officially a 5-pillar Mount Rushmore of chases that have been streamed on Birds in the Air. The Prestige is now included with those very famous names. OJ was the one that made the sport what it is today. Yeah, he's like, in a way, he was Steph in that he changed the rules in the way that the game was played. All right, I'm gonna do one more swipe of the scanner, and then I think it's just gonna be it. The Prestige. Des in the chat says, "Wait a second, is there a bug in my room? What the fuck?" There's a bug in my room. Where'd that come from? But where'd it go? I can't go to bed if there's a bug in my bed. What the fuck? Hopefully it was a flying bug. It was not bed bugs. It was a flying bug, otherwise I would have seen it. There's nowhere to hide. The bug had the getaway car ready. I think that's it, people. Scanners are quiet right now. I think they got away. That's one of the 5 craziest chases. That's a top 5 birds in the air chase, undoubtedly, 6-star chase tonight. Multiple carjackings, shots fired, expert level chasing and escaping. And that was not a tracking mode escape. That was not a parking deck downtown escape, a Denny's or a 24-hour fitness in Long Beach where some of the criminals have been successfully dumping their vehicles and blending in. This was attached at the hip. Multiple What was that code for? I don't know what that code was. Possible something. All right. Let's call it. It's been a pleasure sharing the field of battle with you all this evening. A top 5 chase in Birds in the Air history has been unresolved. Until next time, my friends, you know the drill by now. Follow the account, turn on your notifications in the event something like this happens again. You'll be one of the first to know. birdsintheair.com for your merchandise. Backup account at Skywob Alerts on Twitter in the event the Twitch notifications do not go out. That will be your pillow. You have just witnessed the prestige. Till next time, my friends, I will see you on the timeline.